So welcome Vishnu Prasad ji to the webinar, and we may wait for some time, but I don't wait. I will start immediately. So this is Sangeeta from my daily office, my home office actually, and I'm a leadership growth mentor. I work for mid-career professionals, and there are some ground rules we'll set. If you have some questions, then we can take them later on towards the last. And thank you very much for paying attention to my request to join the webinar. So let me start. Let me share the screen and let us get on with the webinar. So people will join after some time. So the webinar is all about, let me do it full screen. So all about how to become resourceful to get unstuck. This is for mid-career professionals. And by stuck, I mean that you are very much into negativity, you are frustrated, you are depressed, you are in anger. So if that is so, then you are less on productivity and you don't find a way out how to be productive and how to be happy, more of us. So uh, how I define resourcefulness is it is uh, about having responsibility, authority, and growth. And even if you don't have enough qualification, then also you can prove yourself to be deserving. So that is what resourcefulness as I define. And here what you will get is a uniquely crafted success map, and you will always be a sought after person. You will get all the recognition, and the list that you will have when you become a person of importance, then the least you get is a 3x your salary. Whatever your salary is, it becomes twice, thrice. At least that has happened in my case, and so many other people that I have trained. So it is a usual thing for me. So that is why I promise you to have this, unless you unless you falter on taking action. So this is a few of the photos. It is a study tour to Canada, where I went because of my contribution to the company. This is at Bandhavgarh, and these are few of the pictures which depicts about my achievements. We'll go through them. Um, so let us come back to the uh, presentation. And this is about the mid-career professionals. That by I mean, if you start your work life at 25 years of age, then by 30 you will have 5 years of experience, and this segment is for mid-career professionals with 5 to 12 years of experience who are feeling stuck. Now, this is the segment, this is the people who, there are three kinds of people, clients I am getting nowadays, who are facing some workplace issues, and some others say that they don't have any workplace issues, their career is going at top gear, but they have some personal issues because of which their productivity is suffering. And the third type is because of corona, some people have lost job or some people have resigned. So these three categories I handle here. And leadership growth is what? You know, it is a behavior. You are a leader no matter wherever you are, whether you have a designation or not, but unless you perform, the whole workplace gets suffer. So that is why wherever you are, you can be a leader, and when you display your leadership behavior, then what happens is people take note of it. When people get some comfort because of your proactiveness, that is when you get recognized, and people will be after you because of that comfort factor that you provide. Who I am? I am Sangeeta, and I have so far trained 18,000 professionals since 2008, and with them I have impacted 1 crore lives. And whoever I have trained, they are actually have become leaders themselves, and they are enhancing people's life in many ways, in their ways. No, like say all the people cannot be like me, or a true replica of mine, they can be leaders better than me also. And uh, so far, I have discovered at least two skills. Recently, I was working with one of the clients who was telling me that he has only skills in skill development. But I found 5 skills in him, and whoever has 5 to 12 years of experience, definitely he is going to have at least 2 skills. uh, Mid-range is 5 skills, and if 12 years of experience is there, then at least 7 skills will be there. But they don't know that they have these skills. Somebody else needs to look at that and tell them that this is their potential, and that is why they can grow their leadership skills themselves. So that is what I do. And why I'm doing this? Whenever I travel in train, bus, everywhere, people are cribbing about their boss. बॉस ये करता है, बॉस वो करता है, मेरा कलीग ये करता है, एंड दे वेस्ट लॉट ऑफ एनर्जी. यही एनर्जी अगर वो लगा दे लाइक से इन देयर ओन ग्रोथ, देन पता नहीं क्या से क्या हो जाए. So that is what negativity and distraction. People are like say they think that they find some kind of comfort in being negative, because ये that is what like say it फिर responsibility लेना नहीं पड़ता ना. So that is why people kind of get aligned to negativity very quickly rather than to be aligned to positivity. So and lot of energy gets wasted, and the surrounding also becomes very negative. So anybody surrounding them also become negative, and negative people, they also create lot of negativity, and they actually this like say pollutes the entire environment. So people can give time to themselves rather than to negativity. That is why I am doing this. And defining moments of my life was, if you like say the 5 formula that I have are like say be a kingmaker. Like say the other person gets the credit, okay, I am okay with that, because I can leverage that person's capability as well with mine, and then we can create something bigger, which not normally possible with singly me or single-handedly that person. So together we can leverage. So that is why I allow the credit to go to somebody else, and that is why I call myself a kingmaker. And Taj Mahal cannot be built in one day. Rome was never built in one day. So start small and keep on building on that. It has compounding effect. Then they allow credit to go somebody else. As I say, you become versatile, because once you allow that credit to go, you will have another person to work with, and that person brings in some other capability might be. And if you allow that credit to go to him, then you can learn in the process, right? Whatever capability he has, you can leverage. And that by what happens after some time, you become profuse in your skills, your abilities, and your insights. Be a decision maker, because many people I see that they can't take a small decision even. So if you don't put the habit of being a decision maker, taking small decision, like say putting a post somewhere, calling a person, these are small decisions that you make. Unless you make these decisions consistently all the time, you will lose the capability to make a decision when it really matters. So be a decision maker, quick decision maker, whatever it comes. Like say the worst thing that will happen is you will fail. So what? You will know, na? You realize that there is this thing should not be done this way. So take quick decision. And the last thing that I defines my work is put 5% more effort right now. If you have a question, then put 5% more effort to find that answer. Because if it remains within you, then when you really require some kind of solution, it will take you 95% more effort, because that circumstances are gone, but that question remains, and that has troubled you into another question. So these are just appearing like say theoretical, but these are defining moments for me. And first experience of resourcefulness happened when I knew. And by the way, resourcefulness is spoken by only Tony Robbins, who is the motivational speaker, right? And resourcefulness is that aspect which the world is moving into. What is it? This is not related to your qualification. It is something inbuilt, your common sense, along with some skills that you have acquired. And everybody has different common sense. Everybody has different skill sets. So resourcefulness has huge permutations and combination. No two people are unique. So resourcefulness is that particular aspect wherein your uniqueness is established. It is always established. So once you build on that, then nobody can replace you because nobody is like you. Your environment, your circumstances, all were unique, and whatever common sense you have, that has brought the entire package into a different and unique package. And going forward, all the major companies will be hiring based on resourcefulness rather than qualification. So this is the high time to get into resourcefulness. Now, I experienced resourcefulness in 2006 when I was attending a HR workshop. I am a postgraduate in mathematics. I don't have any background of HR. Now, because I was working that time in a very small organization, and the HR workshop was supposed to have all the senior person from the organization in because I was in a small organization, I was the senior most person. That is how I qualified to the workshop. And in a HR workshop, they wanted the HR policy to be presented. That was the exercise. And my organization, which I represented, that organization didn't have any HR policy. So what I did, I formulated a HR policy and presented. And it was highly appreciated. Because whoever has presented, nobody designed their HR policy. I did. So this achievement, actually, after two years, the biggest of organization where I applied, the representative of that organization were there in the HR workshop. They had seen me. They recommended me to the organization, despite not having any qualification. I didn't have that kind of qualification, like say MBA or PhD, which was required to qualify to that organization, but I was taken. So this was the first experience of resourcefulness. And after that, several times I had proven, and we'll see it going forward. So what industry data says, what is the problem of mid-career professionals? Why they are dissatisfied and why they are stuck? Industry data says it is because of salary, relationship with boss, work conditions, supervision, and relationship with peers, with colleagues. The same factors are good for some other set of people, somehow. So it is not the only reason why people are unsuccessful, right? And what happens when people are not happy at their workplace? They decide to quit. The moment they decide to quit, if they are in junior position, they may get job in 6 months. But the more senior one person is, he takes time. It it is 3 to 5 years of time they take, and during which they don't work. So if you don't work during 3 to 5 years, then how you will qualify another interview? And if that mindset persists, it will be apparent to the other interviewer. So you will not qualify, right? So what I teach is also this: while you are here, be with a positive mindset that ultimately, though you will go, but right now you will utilize your time and be productive, as well as something do good for yourself. So what then I did a market research. What are the actual reason, you know? And I came to know about these aspects. Whatever is listed in this, the white ones you can see, these are the workplace issues, related to workplace issues. But in the pink, whatever reasons are there, these are not workplace related. These are mindset related and personality related issues. So if you can look at this: comparison, fear of left behind, unsure of next course of action, lack of consistency, relationship with spouse, self-doubt, motivation, inspiration issue, friction with friends, lack of self-acceptance, asking for help, finding more pain than pleasure, no sharing, fear of change, fear of failure, something I miss, fear of getting judged, slave mindset, restlessness, concentration, planning deficit. All these were when I did the market research, and as I go, I am discovering more. Last few days, last 2 days, in fact, somebody told me that he has difficulty in prioritization. Somebody else told me self-sabotage is there. Like say he actually uh, sabotages his chance of success himself, nobody else. You know, these are not workplace related issues. These are personality issues, mindset issues. So, who takes care? How to deal with this? Now, let me show you why I'll be keep on doing this, because my mission is to impact 1 billion lives with 1 lakh super performing global players like you, whom I am training in 139 countries with $1 billion enterprise. So, two of my students, recent students, they have already created businesses like that, right? They are arranging training institutes, like say with my training, they will earn 3 times more than whatever I am earning per head here. So that is what kind of enterprise I want all my trainers to build for themselves, right? So, and my system is Resourceful Influencer Club. What will happen with this? Let us see 3 secrets of resourceful influencing, how I have done, right? The first secret is, as I have just described, the resourceful person wins continuous recognition and growth. It is with you, it is with me, with this is with everybody. Sometime or other you have displayed resourcefulness, because of which you are known, not because of qualification or any other experiences of yours, but you don't know, right? That is the difference. And second is, whenever you are displaying resourcefulness, you are actually displaying brilliance. Anybody who is displaying brilliance at workplace consistently faces several struggles. People will sideline because they know that you are the person who is not going to do ordinary things. You will be always after something big. So they will create trouble. But how to succeed despite those struggles? That is the secret number 2. And secret number 3 is, because you are so successful, people will put you in several places. They will want you to do their work, whatever they were doing. So you will be part of everybody's work. Now, how can you spread so much? And how long will you spread so much? So when to take that decision to consolidate all your experiences into one thing and build your depth, which is your uniqueness, ultimately your prominence, and for which you will be known for. So these are the 3 secrets that you will learn here. And my blueprint is how you will do this. So first thing what I do is, everybody has a uniqueness, everybody is sent unique to this world. No two people are similar. That is how God has built us. So that difference you should identify first. And whatever difference you identify, the second thing you do is build on that, no matter what. That is called resilience, and you establish your credibility while you are building resilience. And once you build resilience, you influence with that. And once you influence with that, that is how you will be known. That is what prominence is. So I call this as a drip system, from the bottom up, you can see. And how you will be affected with this? The biggest enemy will be you, right? In this, your attitude, habit, action, and perception will play a major role, because people will always put down you. somebody who sees your brilliance, he will not appreciate you firsthand. Very few people will appreciate you. 90% of people will put down you. That time, if you don't know how to handle that with your attitude, your habit, your action and perception, you will also do bad to you. You will kill yourself, right? So this is side by side is built. So I call this as drip technique with a half method, right? That is how I build leadership in people. Everybody does a little or more along this line, but they don't realize. Then what I did, I actually enumerated 44 lakh women in 2 months in Rajasthan. If you calculate this, this comes to 75,000 women in Rajasthan. How did I do? So I trained 12,000 people. So like say the sizable chunk of 18,000 people that I have trained so far, it was happened in Rajasthan, which I did in 2 months. So I trained those people, 12,000 people, and got this work done in 2 months time, right? So that is the first step I did, and people were like surprised. One of the colleagues there, he was surprised. He was saying that while every of like say while we are struggling with this, that reconciliation, reports, documentation, and payments and other things, you are free. How come you are done with your work? Also, are available to help us also. So that is about sorry, systematizing your own work ethics, your working style, and also your mindset, right? If you don't want to do things right now, finish the things right now, you will not able to do it, right? So the senior team leader told me that this is the first time you have come. Rajasthan is not my place. I am from Odisha. So how come you have managed such a big team within, like say, in remote places, such a big team? How did you arrange the logistics? She was very surprised. After that, I was given a project in Meghalaya wherein I trained 1,500 people across the 7 districts in Meghalaya, and it was a project on under National E-Governance Plan. The kiosks were to be set up. So 239 kiosks were to be set up, and I did that in 2 years of time. So the national head, he was saying you are so dependable that I get your reports even if you are traveling in a train. So and the NIC head BS Rinja, he was saying that you are not a technical person. How come you have come up with data card and VSAT? So VSAT was, these were the solutions available, right? Because broadband doesn't work in Meghalaya because of the terrain. So what else works there? Connectivity had to be established, right? Because national e-governance means it is connectivity. So I was looking for solutions, so I have come up with solutions. I asked people what should be the solution. People told me, and I accepted it. I adopted it. That is what I did. And one of the kiosk owners, she was saying that every kiosk owner, they were not getting any salary. They had to find their own livelihood. So I had created some business plan. Every kiosk was used to do some certificate printing, some xerox, some those things, those kind of things. So with every action, they were required to take some margin, right? 10-15 rupees. With that, they could earn. So she complimented me saying that unless you would have given me that business plan and how to do it, I couldn't have figured out that business opportunity there. So after say so many years, it was in 2008 to 2010 I did, and right now I hear that for every CSC they are taking 3 to 4 lakh of rupees deposit before they are assigning somebody, right? So I had created, so this goes to my credit, right? That I had created livelihoods. And after that I was given another project in Bandhavgarh Tiger Reserve, where people, there was tiger attack and people were getting killed because people didn't have any food to eat. For 3 months they had something, and for the rest of the 9 months they had to depend on the forest. So they had to, they were going to the forest and tiger attack was happening, so people were getting killed. So here I had given the alternative livelihoods to them. Actually, the forest department asked our company to give a alternative livelihood so that people will not go to the forest. So that is what we had given, and the alternative livelihood was agriculture. Now, I taught people agriculture. I am not from a agriculture background. What I did, actually, I learned it from several sources, from the KVK, the agriculture department, the horticulture department, and brought 500 ladies together to form a federation, which in 4 years of time, they had generated 36 lakhs of corpus. They became self-sufficient and they became leaders also. And the, like say, the area also became food sufficient, right? So how it happened? It is a huge long story. So let me put it in short. And they actually broken the mustard cultivation record in of Madhya Pradesh, right? That is what they did, and they formed a federation, as I told you, of 500 ladies. These were of two. These were the board members of two clusters. They won 17 awards in 4 years, and they were also in the district governing board of the collector. So, from nowhere, illiterate ladies, they were in the district governing board of the collector. Imagine what tremendous progress they made, and it was, I take the pride to have trained them, right, to have installed the confidence in them. That was the thing. And in 2013 they won a 50,000 cash prize from the Gujarat chief minister in 2013. Who was the chief minister then? It was Narendra Modi. So my farmers actually received a prize from the then chief minister, Mr. Narendra Modi. So, and this one of the ladies called Devti Bai, she won a CIA award of, which had a cash award of 1.5 lakhs. And her concept was micro capital. Micro capital is small capital. The poor faces repeated cycles of poverty because they don't have any capital. They cannot put any capital. The moment they face some kind of emergency, all their capital is gone. So she identified that if they can create that micro capital, then this vicious circle of poverty can be escaped. So because of that, she won this award, and they had also generated that 36 lakh corpus because of that concept, right? I told them that if you take loan, then it will get, if you take, say, money in charity, then it will be consumed. If you take loan and repay back, then that money will remain for another person to take. And also your accountability will be there to, to invest that money and establish a livelihood. So, and Devti Bai was felicitated by the then industry minister, Mr. Anand Sharma. This is Chandra Prakash, who won one award from MS Swaminathan Research Foundation. This is Early Bai, she won from Andhra Pradesh governor that time. And this is my colleague who compliments me, saying that she has uncanny talent to spot talent in others. And this is a grassroots worker with me. He is now the CEO of the FPO that I had formed in Bandhavgarh. And after that, I actually headed HR in my company. I became the HR head. And as a HR head, actually, I helped my company to receive lot of awards. And this is my assistant that time, Moni Mandal. She is now HR manager. So I developed my second rank as well. And the secret too is how to succeed. So you might be thinking that it was like a cakewalk for me. It was not like that. The company collapsed. Actually, it was a conglomerate of 14 companies. One company where I was there, it collapsed in 2019 and sidelined for promotion twice. Despite doing so much of work in that company, as sidelined for some time. Somebody said that you are too disciplined to be human. So people can tell you anything. right? If they don't like you and they want to sideline you, they can tell you anything, like say illogical, irrational comments they can give. But whenever I was sidelined, I did something. The first time when I was sidelined, I developed ecotourism theory, which is now is taken forward. Meghalaya is a natural scenic place, right? Ecotourism, like say, nothing like it there. Meghalaya and Sikkim, even Manipur, Tripura, and I created an incentive for grassroots workers. If you see companies what they do, they actually formulate, they give the incentive, increment, promotion to the senior management. They don't care about the grassroots workers. So I stopped that trend, and because I was given is a chance to be heading the HR, so I created 40 kinds of incentive structure to the grassroots worker. You know, even if you even if the grassroots workers earn 6,000 rupees a month, then giving 10% incentive is not much. It doesn't cost the company anything, right? But they are the main people who work. They do the work. If they stay happy, then more work will be done, right? And when I was sidelined again because of this attitude of mine, you can say, I revived a dead watershed in Khunti, Jharkhand. Khunti is a Naxal area, by the way, for your information. So some rules I adopted, which I can give to all the people, whoever getting trained under me, not to fit in. So whatever conviction I have, I don't agree to other thing. I don't confirm. I persist. I make distance from negative people. And if somebody is doing some kind of a negative thing to me, I let go. I don't keep on thinking about that. And my conviction will show later. Because that time in Bandhavgarh, I was doing organic farming and people were resisting me. But the same people are doing it right now, right? And organic farming and beekeeping are the trend of today, because carbon to carbon footprint has to be made zero by 2080, right? And no comparison. I don't compare myself with anybody, nor did I allow any of my students to do so, because you are very unique. You are very unique. And I always, when I am cornered, I become in my B zone. It is my own zone, right? So that is what I do. So this is a compliment I got from my colleague at Skuti. He says she finds a way for herself and for others also. And this is a recent. I have 12 mentors right now from whom I am learning, and whatever I am learning, I will be teaching. So this was a discussion on spirituality. This is Thaddeus Lawrence. He is from Singapore, from whom I am learning. Yes. And these are the some of the compliments I received at Kuti. So the third thing. Now you must have seen that I sometimes do agriculture, sometimes I am doing data connectivity, sometimes I am doing some data research. So uh, how much I spread. So let us see what I did, how I um, uh, consolidated that experience into one. So in Sikkim, it takes normally 1.5 years for a farmer producer organization to form, but I did it in 3 months. And in Sikkim, East and North districts, those are very difficult districts, and 11 farmer producer organizations were formed because of those experience. You know now how to play with your experience, right? And right now I am working on solar efficient, disaster resilient, sustainable, affordable housing. So Vishnu, you are here, so you know Orissa, funny happened, and 3.5 lakh houses were destroyed. And and if you know about affordable housing, affordable like say EWS section, the kacha houses are there. People are not getting, if you don't have a place to live, then
Yeah,
how can you be an enabler? Yes, Vishnu, you are saying something?
no, I'm good. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. So this is Professor Mehmed Yunus, with whom I am working on small enterprises. He talks of small enterprises to counter this disaster related helplessness, because he knows disaster, because he is from Bangladesh. Consistent flood is happening in that place, so he knows what I am talking about. So we work very closely. And this is a workshop wherein the finance secretary of Orissa had come, and he didn't know this happened in 2021. To your surprise, like say, everybody will be surprised. He didn't know that 3.50 lakhs houses were destroyed, and they are not yet built in 2021 even. And people are living without a house. He didn't know, right? That is what I was telling in a workshop. And this is my online mentor, Vivek Mehrotra. Actually, I was not so much into leadership growth or teaching leadership. I was not teaching leadership. I was training people, but I was not teaching. So he told me, unless you teach, more leaders will not be formed. Unless more leaders are formed, the problems of the globe will not be solved. So you have to come to this online world. So that is how I am here. And I take him, though he is just 27 years old, I take him as a guru, because he has shown me a direction, right? Siddharth Rasekar is his guru. So Siddharth Rasekar has a system of educating, training his students. So I have qualified his first round. So he is interviewing me here. So I'm learning from him also. And this is the certificate I got because I qualified there. And these are the 12 mentors from whom I am learning, right now. And Blair Singer, who is the coach of Robert Kiyosaki, is the coach of all these 12 people. So I'm learning from him also. This was in a workshop wherein I was talking to him. Uh, and these are some testimonials of my online clients now. Just before coming to this workshop also, I was speaking to one of my workshop, and I'm very happy to share with you that one of my students, I created a cover letter for him. 5 types of cover letters with 2 of his experiences, and he is getting like say 10 to 12 call every day. So he is very happy. Now let us discuss this. I have this slides I have inserted, thinking that people will come who will ask as to what kind of training you will give, like say what kind of problem. So these are few of the problems that I have highlighted. Uh, you have become invisible at your workplace. So how do you deal? So unless you have some kind of mindset to deal with that, no external circumstance is going to come your way as a solution. So how you think about these problems? You go on working, you have been promised promotion, but you were not given at least a salary hike incentive, nothing came by. How do you deal with this? You have to first think. Bad patch, all of us face some kind of bad patch in our career. So the period didn't do well, you didn't do well in something. All the time you cannot succeed. Sometimes you fail. So that is a bad patch. So you could not switch over the job also. You are not earning enough. Everybody is impatient. You feel you are wasting time. How do you think? How do you deal this bad patch? The old school boss, when he was saying something new, the boss, he doesn't agree to any of this. For example, I suggested we deal with lot of data, and it was all manual, and it is time, like say over and over, everybody is like say in every organization, we are a member organization, 250 members are there, 250 members send us data, and they send the same data multiple times to with different formats to different organizations, because the situation is like that. So I suggested that a cloud based database will be with a different authority to log in should be created, so that data entry should be one time. Nobody agrees to it. So If your boss is like that, you are not going to grow there. How do you deal with this? Insecure boss. Suppose, despite this, you prove something to somebody will come by because you are aching to go ahead. No? So situation will come when you will prove yourself. Now your boss becomes insecure. How do you deal with your boss? Because you cannot just wish away your boss, right? Boss has long-term plan. What plan does he have? Suppose you have to work with your boss to get ahead somewhere. Suppose the situation is like that. And the boss sees you as a competitor. Now, how do you think you will deal with this? You need your boss and he doesn't like you or doesn't trust you. How do you handle this situation? What mindset? Your colleague was picked for a promotion and you think that person is not deserving. Why you are thinking like that? What should you do next? What do you think? What is your priority? So 2 days back, somebody approached me saying that how do you prevent self-sabotage? I told him what is happening. So he described that if he does something wrong to his wife, misbehaved or something, then he feels so guilty that he punishes himself. Now, how does he punish himself? He does this stock market trading and he knowingly does a mistake so that he faces loss. See, this is a mindset, right? It is a deep ingrained negative mindset. So I told him just do a value system. Find out what are the 6 most valuable system for you which are non-negotiable for you. Find that out and then you can act accordingly. When in a problem, your value system will save you. So, but people don't realize this. वे इतने दिन से फंसा हूँ इसमें, only this value system will save me. ऐसे तो हो नहीं सकता. So there is a deep resistance. So that is what I ask. What is your priority? So in family, why I say family? Because people say parent ki seva and time to children, all these things they think. But suppose you don't have a job, parent की सेवा कैसे होगी and time to children कैसे होगा? So these values will keep on changing. The priority will keep on changing. But अभी क्या है वो तो करो. So this is what people don't do. Priority नहीं सेट करते. प्रायोरिटी सोचते हैं कि इट विल कंटिन्यू फॉर लाइफ लॉन्ग. नहीं होगा भाई, अभी जॉब नहीं है तो जॉब प्रायोरिटी होगा. Don't understand, and because of that person who was like say telling me this, I told him you continue to evolve, so your values will change. अभी जो है उसको करो. And he is so like say उसका उतना उथल पुथल मचा हुआ है कि he is not doing it. So you have to bring, like say, Abhi, if you pay me and if you come to my class, come to my community, because you have paid money, you have to do, right? So because of that, you don't pay money and don't come to my class just to escape me. Ab bhago bhai, I have other people to train. Tum bhagoge to you are escaping from yourself. How can I help? How can you help? How can anybody help? Now, trouble with a colleague. This is a very common scenario. उसने ऐसे बोल दिया, he is चुगली कर रहा है तो ऐसे. So, but when there is transparency, when there is integrity, when you are doing your work, there is no chugli. If you have competency, no chugli can downsize you, right? You will be always in flying color because you are not doing your work, because you are not growing enough. Then chugli is taking effect. So this is a mirror दिखाना आपको तो. Something is showing mirror to you कि you are not growing enough. But do you have that mindset to accept this? Bad experience of a team. Different age group, different background, different experiences, different mindset. This is what another lady is facing. Now she has given an option to go to bench. No, she couldn't handle this. No, kitna bhi bolo, she was not listening to me. मैंने बोला कि because you are working in a team where you are expected to grow, and if you are not expecting doing the work only, like say meeting deadlines only, एक दिन कोई आपसे पूछ लेगा कि why didn't you grow, तो तब थोड़ा ही बोलोगे कि इतने काम थे. So who takes that kind of excuses? Disturbance at home. Somebody also asked me, a doctor 2 days back, 3 days back, he is a doctor, but he told me कि इतना problem है कि cancer हो गया. So I don't take your decision or your counseling, because ऐसे नहीं होता. You're talking, opening up, asking the other person to sit and talk it out, listen, take her points also. So this he didn't take, because it was beyond that. But I asked him to start someday, because you are not going to leave her, na. If you have to live with her, do something, bhai, right now. Small change करो. It will be visible. अभी नहीं तो कभी भी तो उसको पता चलेगा कि you are changing. उतना ही काफी है. Unless you have that mindset, you won't take this advice. Then if you don't take, it is not a loss for me. It is your life. You are wasting. Happiness pill कुछ होता है क्या? One special thing, it gives money, brings recognition, ensures promotion. Are you competent, ready for bigger responsibility? जब आप happiness pill के बारे में सोचते हो, then are you competent to deserve that? Unless you are deserving, that happiness pill is not going to come. How do you think about this? What are you doing about this? Smart goal deficit syndrome. So people are daydream. क्योंकि like they say कि think big. Think big मतलब क्या होता है? They are also saying कि aim for the stars so that you can at least achieve the moon. ये बोलते हैं. Now this is some kind of daydreaming. आज के वर्जन में whatever you are right now, you are not going to get to the stars or even to the moon. So that means you are stagnant. If you keep on growing, then that moon will be very, very small thing, small game for you. But इसी में, like say, I don't want to change, I don't want to grow. कैसे how can you grow without smart goals? If you don't give yourself these smart goals, how can you grow? If you don't grow, like say, everything is daydreaming only, time waste. How are you bringing yourself to do this? A bad day today. So every day we live our life day by day, right? If it is a bad day today, and because of this you will have a bad day even tomorrow, then how are you going to deal it? How do you deal? Whatever has happened today is not 100% the day. It was just an incident. How do you deal? Are you angry at something? Abhi, because somebody else has achieved something. इसके लिए angry हो क्या? Now, if somebody has told you something, बहुत ही घटिया कुछ बोला, now can you, if that person is a influential person, आपका boss ही है, how do you deal with that? क्या can you turn around your boss into an ally? आपने सोचा भी ऐसे, right? A lesson, a learning. So, unless you have 10 times courses in which you will fail 8 times, you will not create the possibility of a 2-time success. So it is like that only. The law of average is like that only. When you do make effort for 10 times, 8 times you fail, 2 times you succeed. If you don't do any effort, then those 2 success also is not going to come. If you are afraid of that 8 failures. So whenever a failure happens, all the big achievers say that this is a learning. There is a lesson in it. Are you courageous enough to take that? Frustrated? किस लिए frustrated हो? The goal was set for this month. The time has approached. just few days to go, it hasn't yet taken off. अपने आप तो चढ़ नहीं जाओगे ना हवा में, उसके लिए फ्रस्ट्रेटेड हो तो कोई क्या कर सकता है. Now the turn around. So टर्न अराउंड आपने कभी अटेम्प्ट किया है? Why people call him bad? High toxicity है workplace में, backbiting, remained average despite high potential, couldn't see any opportunity. What should be your choice? इतना ये कब से है? And have you evaluated yourself? All अभी जितने भी सारा example है, all because of your mindset only. You could have done something about that. The next right step. When you are sidelined, you are ignored, or in a supporting role, no authority, lot of responsibility. Then what approach should you adopt? हाँ, मुझे तो कुछ भी नहीं करता है, मुझे कुछ सोचता नहीं है, होने दो जो होता है. That is not the right approach, right? You have to do what is right. Unless you do, your integrity is at stake. If your integrity is also, like say, compromised, then your credibility also is gone. कितना भी काम कर लो. Lost identity. आपने अभी तक, like say at 25, what dream you had? And slowly at 30, when you become a mid-career professional with some experience, you think that you don't have any identity. So what do you fall back on? कैसे आप, किस चीज पे आप fall back on करोगे ताकि you will be, like say, remain sane without getting mad at anybody or getting wasted, like say wasting your energy. Unexplored roadmap. अभी वही सेम सिचुएशन में कोई था and he has grown. Now what? Have you explored that kind of roadmap for yourself? How can you contribute with this? Like say आपके पास हॉबी है, आपने कुछ पढ़ाई की है, some experience you have, something you love doing. With that, can you not contribute to something somewhere to regain your identity? करियर 3.0 कॉलिंग. अभी जो करियर हम लोगों को पता चलता है वो ये है, विच इज अबाउट लाइक से, एक पढ़ाई कर ली, जॉब ले लिया, 35 साल जॉब कर लिए, रिटायर हो गए, देन डन, राइट? दैट इज करियर 1.0. करियर 3.0, which is calling about multiple activities, multiple skills, risk taking, decision making, resilience, which is about resourcefulness. But this is where the dunya is moving. But are you stuck with career 1.0 still? So this is all about, I had to say, I had to teach, but I'll teach you through this curriculum. I have my flagship program of leadership growth blueprint with 5 bonuses. And the leadership growth blueprint tells you about, it is a 4-day class. It tells about, actually total in this level I take about 15 classes, which is weekly classes, and it takes 3.5 months. So what you learn, how to do the reality check with deconstruction of personality so as to be unshakably productive, closing the gap towards ultimate recognition, using the superpowers to reign supreme and gain confidence in any battlefield. My superpowers are recognizing capability in others. आपके भी कुछ होंगे. And the day 1 courses is about finding your uniqueness, in which these many segments are there, which will take in all those 15 classes that after the course. This is a course, online course, already like say uploaded online. So when you join this course, actually you go through that course, then every week we'll have a class with your anything doubt that you have. Then this is a dream tracker I have designed for myself. So as I said, my mission is to reach 1 billion, impact 1 billion people in 139 countries. So this is roughly a quarterly plan of my dream. I must say that it doesn't happen this way, but ultimately it happens whatever you wish for, because you are keep on, like say you are on the journey, you are doing whatever is required. It doesn't happen the exact way, not so streamlined way. It happens in its own way, because the way we are evolving, it takes its shape and its direction accordingly, right? And this is day 2. No, that is this is extra for level 2. I have 3 level course. This is level 1. In level 2, we do some, actually we do the practice, right? Level 1 is knowing the concepts. Level 2 is practicing whatever you read, you practice. And level 3 is, if after level 1 and level 2, if your problem still persists, then you go to level 3, one-to-one consultation. So this is extra for level 2, wherein we build on the uniqueness. And day 2 is about earn credibility, which is resilience, as I said. And so many segments are there. And this is extra to be practiced in level 2, which is be sought after you build your resilience. Day 3 is solve and resolve. Whatever problems you are facing right now, solve them. These many components are there. And this is for L2, which is about climb the ladder. And day 4 is shifting paradigm. This is on the move. How the final frontier. I'll show that after some time. And let me bring that in right now so that you will have some idea. Are you able to see this mind map, Vishnu?
Yes.
Are you able to see this reality check, secret to mindset reset? This one?
No, I'm actually on this slide that depicts on the deep learning, sensibility, wellness, and abstract.
Okay. So let me bring on that new share. Now you are able to see, na? The blue one, leadership group is resourceful. So this is the mind map with which I teach the entire course in 15 classes. So this is the class component of the course, right? So herein the secret one is reality check, wherein I teach about um, self-analysis, response pattern, and it goes on like that, branches and all. So this is all about secret one. We Can you see this? So this is self-analysis has 2 components, which is ongoing thoughts and aspiration. And ongoing thoughts has 4 components: components of existence, dilemma, existing habits, and self-questioning. And in components of existence, self-uniqueness, people, credibility, like this. So I'll just show you the outline of all this. So this is all about secret one, right? In dilemma also there are a few things. So all this will take in classes. So detailing we will not go here in this webinar. And so this is all about self secret one, reality check. Secret two is the biggest of this. This has if you see, it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 components: dealing with ambiguity, managing challenges, emotional intelligence, enhancing relationship with colleagues, being a change maker, and the story, how to execute huge projects, right? And everything has this many components. And then secret 3 has mindfulness, mindset reset, weekly victories, integrating a passion with an organizational passion, a story, how I influenced. So every day we'll create a story, small story. Whatever win you have, small achievements, that will become a story, and that actually inspires people. And life in perpetual, this I call as final frontier, which means that you have to move on from wherever you are. So move on means growing, and move on means, like say, just moving on from wherever you are, right? So you go to a stage where you become independent, you gain freedom with passive income, maybe your own enterprise, your own business, maybe your own consultancy, maybe, because you have grown. Because no, this comes naturally to you because you are a resourceful person. This will come naturally to you. So these are the three aspects with which I have created this thing. So if I go to the slides here again, so this is level 2 again of day 4. Day 4 is, that is where we left this slide. So this is a huge curriculum, but each one is a small video which is uploaded. So it is a bite-sized video. Just you go watch for 3 minutes to 10 minutes videos are there, and then you do the hands-on. That is the way. The 5 bonuses are, as we discussed, this is how to have the morning thoughts come true, internal patterns, the power of within. And why to build a big team with divergent skills and experiences, beliefs and behavior, chase your version 10 with 90 days goals, and ABC plans for 3 models to execute so that you don't get frustrated easily. You always live your life with 3 plans. If this doesn't work, then the other works. So this also has extra level 2 with this curriculum. Pull your own strengths, attitude shift, body capacity, expectation aligned, choose your own phoenix. And the next bonus is mindfulness, which is about soul search. Design your environment and discipline, helping you remain a winner despite fallouts in between. And the second is discover this the disenchantment zone, where every event enables you to become more. Call your higher self to be on guard while you rise with gratitude. So, and the details are, these will be classes again, 15 classes as I said, and these are the level 2 practice segments. The third bonus is process versus result, because people focus on the win, the result, right? The outcome. But the process is important, the journey is important, the destination is fine. That after you reach that destination, then you focus for another destination, right? So it is never constant. So why not love the journey so that you can be on constant move and enjoy the journey. Run the marathon fast, so slowly you run and then go to sprint finish. Then you run the 100-meter race, sprint. Grill and grind to put processes fast ahead of win so that successes become obvious. Raise the bar, elevate standards. Mindset reset. During all this, you will face some failure, then people will downsize you or downgrade you or whatever. You have to have your mindset reset for with a positive angle so that you can take criticism and learn. And the level 2 of that is here. Again, these are supplementaries. And fourth is delegate appropriate. Because if you see Stephen Covey's quadrant, then it tells about 80% of planning, which you have to do. So if you are a leader, then 80% of your time should go in planning. And rest of the 20% you just distribute with delegating and monitoring all those things. And whatever, like say, whichever is not important, not urgent, then you just have to eliminate that from your schedule. But before eliminating, if you have some habits with them, like say watching TV, watching reels, getting into social media, all these time wasters, then you will take some time, right? So you can assign 2% of your time to that. So how can you delegate unless you train? So you have to nurture your second rank. The fish gets to swim and the bird to fly. If you ask the fish to fly, then it will never be able to. So you should recognize their potential and assign accordingly so that you will have efficient workforce with you. So that when you move on, they will take over. So you don't have to bother or get saddened about moving on, because this is a constant process of growth, right? The second is beginner to master and star and beyond. That is what your aim should be. If you want to do that, you have to have a very competent team and competent friends and an environment which pushes you to grow, right? And get more by regular self evaluation. So you have to evaluate yourself constantly. That is how you grow regularly. Then acknowledge contribution. If you're the fastest way to grow your second rank is to acknowledge the contribution made by everybody. That is how it kinds of inspires them. And this is level 2 practice sessions which we have with the bonus number 4, delegate appropriate. The final bonus is joypreneurship. So you have to create diversion direction with passion. Like say you are born with a passion, but you haven't monetized it. So you have to invest in a new skill, just like I am doing in this online thing, where I have learned about many technical skills, how to upload online, how to create this, how to create webinars, how to manage with my email marketing, all that I have learned because I have a passion to grow people, no? Yeah, know, recognize their strength and grow them, and because ultimately it links to my mission of achieving going global, right? So you also have that kind of mission. You have to recognize that, educate around and start small and inhabit the world. Ultimately, we all are going to be global citizens. These national boundaries will not mean anything after some time, as it is economically. Somebody is very superior, somebody is very inferior. So, what to do with the national boundaries? So, if we are going to the global citizens, then we have responsibility of the globe. We are responsible for the climate, the sustainability, the environment, and everything. So, do we have the mindset and how to monetize in that set? We are not going to do some or everything in charity, right? We are not going to do social work. So that is what I call as joypreneurship, and this is the supplementaries and joy. Juggle out of the box yardstick, and the entire thing that I come with is this is influence with resourcefulness, growing inner strength, building credibility, being resilient, implant influence, anticipating and preparing for change. This is what I bring in, with which you become resourceful, and with resourcefulness, you become prominent. That is the ultimate aim of this course. And the entire course is of 59,994. For this, anybody who is attending this will be available for just 5994. And these are the 15 classes that we'll be having. Story of your invisible uniqueness which escaped you so far, the summit of achievement and wisdom that had many failures. Help your boss discover the ultimate clue towards his stardom. You help him to become a star. Look at your colleagues with a different set of assumptions. Relive the pre-wedding days with your spouse if you have a marital problem. Identify the one thing you want right in this moment to be happy. What all you would like to be doing next 90 days. Your aspirations. Undergone a bad day today, turn it into a positive story. So these are the 15 kinds of we take one theme and discuss along with that course so that it becomes a story rather than an exercise, right? That is what I do. And the webinar price is just 5999 only. So these are a few of the things I keep on doing. I keep on learning. So I'm getting into this kind of some certificates every day I get. You're there, Vishnu? Hello.